Go ahead.
Well, go ahead. Notice I have a mouthful of biscuit.
Thank you.
With any luck, we'll be able to finish, although this is quite a bit of food for breakfast. I'm watching a person eat, not fun.
Well, they're watching your plate and things disappearing off your plate. They're not actually watching you eat.
Oh, it's magic. They're seeing things disappear
Or
from my
things are
plate.
disappearing from your plate and you're making complimentary sounds to the cook. There is a difference. You could watch my plate, but it's almost empty now. Compliments to the chef.
You may have to share some of my meal.
I have plenty over here. You might have to put some of it in the fridge till later, though.
Yeah, you're right.
I was amazed to see you dish up that much on your plate.
Well,
This tastes like Kate's butter on the biscuits. Is it Kate's butter?
yes, it is. Kate's butter.
Got that wholesome New England Maine taste to it.
From Maine,
From
where all the
Maine,
good
yeah.
people are. And the crazy ones too, but the good people. Mainly the good people. Um, One of the issues when you make food for two people, it's difficult because packaging is generally set up for families of more than two people. And especially when you're off doing your job work and technical stuff, and I'm here by myself, this meal right here could last 2 days, which is, you know, good on the expenses. However, how much kibasi do you want to eat? So, on the times when you're out of town, generally I think I'll be making vegetarian food, so at least it sets a
Well,
little
those
bit
Amy's
easier.
burritos are pretty good.
Man, I love that vegan food. I have no idea why, but it's just fantastic stuff.
Well, maybe you were a giraffe in a prior life.
It could be. I think I was a dog though, because generally dogs really like me. Remember Odie used to come here and visit,
They also like rabbits too.
uh, and he'd just walk up to the front door and sit there. That was before we had a leash on. It's a cool black lab. Then we got two black labs, and the first year of a black lab's life is total chaos. However, on the first day of the second year, they erase the memory of everything that happened in the previous year, and then all of a sudden, they're the dog that you thought you were buying or getting, and they become that great dog. However, the first year is quite an experience. I'm still missing two sneakers somewhere in the yard. I've never found them. I don't know if they were eaten or
And untold socks.
socks. That's another thing that sometimes nylons actually. Well, never mind. We're eating. Why would I mention that now? Uh, no matter how much I shake this biscuit, it's not going to taste any better. So when I fell asleep last night, I went into a. Is that? Are we recording?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm recording you eating.
Yeah. Well, that's okay
Not
because
recording you eating. I'm recording your plate and things disappearing from your plate
you know,
because it's it's
right. It's
considered
magic.
to be not tasteful to show somebody's face when they're shoving food in it.
Yeah, that's true. And however, when I fell asleep last night, I apparently went into a quantum state of being able to move forward in time to the second Tuesday in November of this year. Many court battles have been fought. However, the election went on, and Mr. Trump will be happy to know that his building in New York is thoroughly cleaned and ready for him to move back into.
So you were having a science fiction dream then?
No? Quantum state. Saw the future.
Were they going to move the White House to New York?
No. Almost like that, though. They're going to move a hoagie shop from Delaware, Chester, Pennsylvania, to the White House. Nixon put it in a bowling alley, so why can't we have a hoagie shop in the White House?
And Pelosi will be sitting in front of her refrigerator in
Oh.
her house eating ice cream.
Yes, she's West Coast girl, but
She's got to have her ice cream.
many of us. However, I will say this. Nick and I met Joe Biden in a hoagie shop in Wilmington, Delaware. It was a hoagie shop that we had been going to for years because when Nick and I met, I owned a house in Delaware. We used to go up there, and my relatives lived in that house, and it's been in the family forever. So we made a lot of trips to Delaware, a lot of trips to this one particular hoagie shop. And just one day, Joe Biden was there, and he stopped and he talked to us, just like we were real people, just like normal. He was so normal. That's what struck me about him. His casual, normal attitude, talking to people. Nick asked him a question or two. He was very polite. So we'll see. This is, after all, a cooking show, not a political forum. And holy mackerel! Am I not? Am I not hungry now?
It was quite good. There's none of it left.
For those few of you who might know my dietary patterns, you'll realize that I'm not a breakfast person. I make great breakfast for people, not necessarily this, but I'm a great breakfast cook, but I am not a great breakfast person to get up and eat. I just like to start with lunch.
Well, unless we go to Lee's, in which case, over in Gloucester, in which case, you're definitely a breakfast guy.
That's true. That's that is the go-to place for a Mexican omelet.
Now that Union Hill Coffee Shop is out of business, we have to Lee's.
Yeah, for how many years?
Talk about a blast from the past. That place was almost a good idea. Although, it lasted, 2 years?
No, I think it was there longer than that. I don't know.
And then there was the place down the street that had the big family. I don't know if they're in business anymore either. They had the big, huge spreads of breakfasts. Marguerite's, I think the name was, or something like that.
Nikki likes Union Hill,
No.
and that's primarily was we went for breakfast.
Right.
And then Lee's. And we tried a couple of other places, but the the restaurant was called Flave's Red Skiff
20 years ago.
down around Dock Square in Tuna Wharf, T Wharf. It was the best breakfast you could have, but then Flave got, tired of.
Yeah, his name was Neil. His last name was Flavin. So Neil sold the business, but not the sign, off to another group of entrepreneurs. And if there was cooking to be done there, he did the cooking himself.
He did.
And he then got a great breakfast. They had a small number of tables, so there was always waiting, and people were happy to wait extended periods to have a breakfast there. And he sold it, and the quality wasn't as high as it was when he was there. But eventually, the new buyers figured out how to get the quality and the service up, and unfortunately, I think it's changed hands, and it's back to not as spectacular as it used to be. They used to have the best takeout in Rockport. But
They still have great food.
Yeah,
it's
they still have
it's
great
just
food,
not
but
the.
it's not the same level it was.
No, it was extraordinary at one point. And one of our friends, one of our close friends, liked to go there when he was in town because there was a really cute waitress. And I remember he spent more time looking at the waitress than he did looking at his breakfast. But
He went in there and he tipped well. He didn't get lucky, but he tipped well.
well, I don't know if he got lucky or not. That's really none of our business. But she was cute. I can feel Nick tapping on my leg right now. She agrees, however, said stop talking about her.
Leg, she's hitting you in the head with a cooking spoon.
That too.
A ladle, sorry.
All the years we were married, I did really once. Let me rephrase that. In all the years we were married, I did many stupid things, none of which had anything to do with our marriage.
I have a copy of the spreadsheet.
However, I did one thing that was really dumb. And it was the only time I ever remember Nick rearing back when she was wearing a pair of clogs. She reared back and kicked me in the shin.
With wooden clogs,
With
yeah.
wooden clogs. And I deserved at least that much for what I did. So I won't tell you what I did, but I will tell you I never did it again. And those clogs hurt, man. That was really rough. And she did it with vengeance. It wasn't even that bad of a deal. It's not like I ran around and did something stupid.
Well, you're a young newlywed, and she had to establish who was in charge.
There.
And I suspect she did.
No, that was never an issue. She always was in charge. That is one of the great things about her personality. Well,
Okay, so there, Walters seems to be tapping out.
Walter's tapping out, but now we have something special.
Too much breakfast.
We're gonna stop